Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and I've got another Pokemon battle for you. So, these battles I'll probably call Smogonless battles because my opponents sometimes don't go by Smogon rules. As you see, Aegislash is actually an Uber, so yeah. I'm wanting to use this different team. It's got the Red Card Golisopod on it, which is a pretty interesting set, I think. And I'm actually going to lead with the Claydol here, because Claydol is actually a pretty good lead here. I could set up Stealth Rocks early on if I want to, and if my opponent sends out something weak to ground, I can just go ahead and attack it. So that's what I'm going to end up doing now. My opponent's going to lead the Aegislash. I'm just going to hit it with an Earth Power. This thing is now in Blade form, so it is not taking an Earth Power. So right off the bat, we're going to take out the Aegislash. I don't even think the crit mattered, because Aegislash in Blade form has terrible special defense. So yeah, we go ahead and get rid of the Aegislash. So now my opponent's going to bring in the Ribombee and go for the Quiver Dance. So yeah, it's going to get a special attack boost, special defense boost, and a speed boost. I'm just going to go for Light Screen because I didn't know what this thing really wanted to do. But now I'm kind of nervous because it's kind of setting up on me. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out. And I'm going to actually bring in the Golisopod. Golisopod, like I said, has the red card. That way if this thing attacks me, it's going to lose its stat boost. I'm still testing out some of the mechanics of red card, so I'm not totally sure what works. But I'm just going to go for the first impression, get a lot of damage on this Ribombee, as my opponent's going to go for another Quiver Dance. So plus 3 special attack, plus 3 speed, and plus 3 special defense. So now my opponent's actually going to go for Baton Pass. It's actually a move that is banned in OU. So yeah, I'm not so sure why my opponent brought that. Like I said, I'll probably just call this a Smogonless battle because my opponent brought in an Uber and brought in Baton Pass. And now this Thundurus is here and it has a red card. So I'm going to attack it but not do enough damage to take it out. I do quite a bit though, and my Typhlosion gets sent out. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into Golisopod. I'm hoping the red card would activate against it, but he's going to go for Thunderbolt, and I'm going to learn that apparently if you get knocked out, the red card does not activate. So I'm still learning about the red card mechanics, but unfortunately this thing is still in here. I'm going to go into Gardevoir here and trace its Prankster, which isn't really going to matter. I do have Will-O-Wisp on this Gardevoir, so I'm just going to go for Will-O-Wisp, put a little damage. Luckily for me, I still have the Light Screen up, and that's really helping me out here. Take some of these Thunderbolts, because Gardevoir has really nice special defense actually. This thing is at plus 3, and it didn't take out Gardevoir. So now I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve here. I've burnt this thing. I'm going to put some pressure on this Thundurus, and I've got my Mega Gardevoir here. My opponent's actually going to go for Nasty Plot, so that's basically plus 5 special attack there. But yeah, I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice. I am not letting this Thundurus set up for free, so it's going to go down. So that takes care of that big threat. And now Hoopa is going to come in. I have to remember that the Ribombee does have Quiver Dance and Baton Pass. I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice. Pixelated Hyper Voice is a really nice attack, and it does about half to the Hoopa. But yeah, Gardevoir is going to go down to the Shadow Ball, but Gardevoir did pretty well. It surprised me at how well it took that Thunderbolt. So now the Hoopa is going to lose some HP to its Life Orb, and I'm going to bring in my Choice Scarfed Typhlosion. Choice Scarfed Typhlosion will be able to take this thing out pretty easily, so that's what I'm going to do here. Just go for the Eruption, and that will finish off the Hoopa. I went for Eruption, hoping that I can get a lot of knockouts. Now this right here, this Tyrantrum, is the one Pokemon that could stop my Eruption sweep. So what I'm going to have to do is swap out. I need my Typhlosion for the Ribombee because it is so fast. And I'm going to send out my Claydol, maybe to sack it off, but my opponent actually goes for Dragon Dance here. Yeah, Eruption wouldn't have done much to it at all anyway, because it is Rock and Dragon. So I've got my Claydol here, and it's going to go down to this Ice Fang. There's not much I can do about that. I couldn't risk anything else. So this thing actually has the Life Orb, and that's pretty good to know. I'm going to go into Lucario here. This is my special attacking Lucario. It has Nasty Plot, Vacuum Wave, Aura Sphere, and Flash Cannon. I'm just going to go for the Vacuum Wave since this thing is got a Dragon Dance. It's probably going to outspeed my Lucario, as my opponent's actually going to go for another Dragon Dance. So I'm not totally sure why my opponent went for Dragon Dance there, but that's just going to give my Lucario the free knockout on this thing. So 2 Vacuum Waves will take out the Tyrantrum. So that's really nice. We're going to take some Life Orb damage, so that's not too much of a problem. Lucario's already pretty frail of a Pokemon. So now my opponent's going to bring in the Hawlucha, and I'm kind of nervous about this thing. I know Hawlucha would be able to take out Lucario pretty easily, as my opponent actually goes for the Swords Dance. I'm just going to go for the Flash Cannon here, and get some damage on this thing. I'm not sure if it'll take it out or not, as it brings it down into red health. But I'm okay with that because Typhlosion could easily come in and finish it off. But what I'm going to do is go for the Vacuum Wave, and I end up being able to take it out with Vacuum Wave, so that's pretty cool. I was kind of expecting Hawlucha to live and finish off my Lucario, but I'll take that. That's really nice. So now my opponent's going to go into Ribombee, the final Pokemon on my opponent's team. I'm just going to go for a Flash Cannon. There's no reason not to, as my opponent actually goes for Quiver Dance here. I'm not sure what my opponent was trying to do here because, yeah, Lucario is going to just finish this thing off with a Flash Cannon. So if you like this battle, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next battle video.